And that's not for free, Mark. You just sit.
I'm happy I saw you.
Take it
Let's
off.
see your dog ties.
Take it off. Real slowly.
Do some duck stuff.
Quack for me. I've been here in your house for about an hour now. I've been doing my best not to talk about it.
Man, Howard the Duck 1986.
A sarcastic humanoid duck is pulled from his home world to Earth, where he must stop an alien invasion with the help of a nerdy scientist and struggling female rock singer.
Oh.
Is this your first time?
This is my first time.
Ever?
See, I thought I had seen this before. I was sure that I'd seen this.
You don't forget Howard the Duck.
Well, exactly. Because when I was watching this, I was like, I've seen a different movie. Maybe I don't know what I saw, but it was not this. I have never saw this. This is my first introduction to Howard the Duck ever.
I watched this on repeat.
How the fuck can you watch this more than once?
Oh, I adored this movie as a kid.
Oh, I'm getting angry.
First note though, our Fiddy. What the duck?
What the duck indeed. First of all, I seen that as well, an hour 50, and I was just like, oh man, this is going to be rough. This is the longest movie I've ever watched in my life.
You see I George Lucas Presents?
Can't believe his name's on this. I can't believe it. This is my memory of this movie, is that it was a George Lucas movie. I know it's not a George Lucas movie, but my only recollection is that it's got George Lucas's name on it, and that he appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm sitting there in the living room, the kids have went to bed, I'm sitting there myself. I don't know what to expect. Remember, I've not seen this before. I thought I had. I have not seen this. The movie opens with this like noir music, kind of like one of those sort of 40s, 50s detective flicks. I was like, alright, okay. And I was like, oh, maybe that makes sense. Maybe he's like a detective. Maybe it's like a LA Confidential with a duck or something. I don't know. It opens up. You don't see the duck right away. It just shows you these shots of him coming back to his apartment. But it shows you all these pictures of like family duck members. There's duck poster. There's postcards. There's a Raiders of the Lost Ark, but with a duck instead of Harrison Ford. There's a Rolling Stone magazine with a duck on the cover. He clicks on his voicemail. There's a duck leaving him a sexy message. What is going on? At this point, I'm looking about the living room being like...
And you know this is a Marvel movie?
Yes.
It's a property from Marvel, so you're like, what is going on?
Exactly. I am like, what the duck am I watching?
Did you see the two moons in the opening? That's kind of cute.
No.
Just look at... No, okay.
No, I don't care for this, right? But anyway, as I'm watching this is when my wife looks up and she's like, what the fuck are you watching? And I'm like, it's Howard the Duck. And she's never heard of it. She's like, Howard the what? I was like, it's a film about a duck for the podcast. And I'm trying see that. You ever caught yourself like trying to explain something to somebody, but as you explain it, you just feel stupider. So I'm trying to explain the concept of it as far as I know, because I didn't read the what do you call it?
Synopsis.
The synopsis before getting into this, because I wanted to get into it blind. So I'm like, I think it's about a duck detective. Like, I think it's like DuckTales or Scrooge. I don't know, like whatever. It's like a duck kind of comes to Earth. I know that happens in it and solves crimes, or he's a superhero. I don't know.
You're so wrong.
I'm so fucking wrong. And she's just like, she's giving me that look, like that considering divorce look.
This is more like a Leisure Larry movie, man.
Yes, those creepy video games. This is creepy. This movie is creepy.
It's very adult.
So I wrote here in my notes: is everyone a duck in this world? I thought there's humans in this movie, but like he turns on the TV and he's turning on all the channels, and it's just all duck stuff. And I'm like,
for example, how he stays in Marshington, DC.
Yeah,
That's not that. They didn't try with that.
Oh no!
They didn't try.
There's no trying in this movie, as we'll get to.
Yikes, man!
He sits on the couch and he finds a skin flick, a scud, if you will.
A scuddy?
I guess it's a porn movie or like some sort of like something that's getting him all hot and bothered, right? And then it cuts to his chair. He's his chair starts shaking, and my wife actually goes, "Is that duck wanking?" Because, like, do you know what I mean? He's watched the Scuddy and then it starts shaking, and we both looked at each other and I'm like, they're not having a scene where he's like chugging his wee duck dick, his wee bow.
Oh, we're skipping past some stuff, man. Like, seeing one name here in the credits, man. Jeffrey Jones.
Oh, aye. Not aged well at all, that name.
Nope. We see photos of a duck family you mentioned. I really like this uncle or dad that's the hippie duck. Did you see this hippie duck?
Yeah, I did.
That's it then. That's delightful. The biggest stretch for me is My Little Chickadee poster with May Nest and W.C. Files. This sexy message. Dear Howie, having a miserable vacation. I miss you. I miss your bill pressed against mine. Flying home soon. Love, Michelle.
So is that his girlfriend?
One of, sir. How old's a bit of
a bit of a player, aye.
Rolling Egg magazine. Rolling Egg magazine.
Oh, I didn't even notice that as far. See, but again, I have to paint the picture for you. I am sitting here in my living room and I am shook. I don't know what's going on. I'm not concentrating on the little details and stuff. I'm just like, why are there so many ducks? There's just ducks everywhere.
Taking notes must have been difficult for you.
But I've got a lot of them. But because I'm trying to watch this, and I'm also trying to not watch it, but I have to. I'm trying to take notes. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
You seen a reference to our last episode, my friend?
No.
Splash dance.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah,
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good. I wish I was watching Flashdance right now.
Oh, Flashdance rules. I wish I was watching that. What do you think of this little suit?
The actual duck costume. It's jarring. It's terrifying. It's horrifying, and I hate it.
You think it's like Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, totally, man. But I mean, I suppose you get used to it. I mean, this movie is, as we said, almost 2 hours long, so like you're sort of numb to it by the end. It's not so bad at the start because everybody's dressed up as a duck, so I'm just so confused. There's so many ducks.
You're pure stuck on these ducks, man.
it's duck daft, honestly. It's just ducks everywhere, and I'm just not prepared for it. I thought this was like a fish out of water story. It's just ducks everywhere, and I'm sitting in my living room. What's going on?
The like world is so nuts, man. Like we get this jock itch ad for like feather fungus.
Yeah, what is this? This is so weird.
A game show, and I did laugh at this ER style soap opera with ducks.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of funny.
That's so weird.
But I didn't find it funny at the time because I'm just like, what is going on? I'm just so shocked at this point.
Did you laugh at this kind of like sort of Alex Jones kind of I'll buy that for $1 duck? Where he's like, I've got crazy prices!
No, but that was a good impression.
Man, so Rido, what are you thinking? Did you get all was your wall of monitors turned on for the following scene, sir?
Here's the thing. This is the thing that I was not prepared for in this movie at all whatsoever.
Did you think last week you would have known what duck titties would look like the night?
I wish I could go back to last week, but I didn't know what duck titties looked like. I thought this was a family film. I thought this was I thought this was like one of those shitty kids films, like The Three Ninjas or something like that, right? This is not a family film. So his chair starts shaking, as I mentioned. Me and my wife both think that he's wanking at this point. Then it cuts to him like he doesn't know what's happening. His chair then gets sucked through the wall. He's getting sucked into some portal or dimension. I don't really know what's happening. But as he's being like pulled, he's been pulled through his neighbour's apartments. There is a duck in a bathtub fat out with big duck titties. And I'm just like, what is this? And again, I share a look with my wife. I need to apologise. Because she's watching this at this point. She's like, what are you watching?
It is so unnecessary.
Why is this scene? I just cut the scene. It's not even good titties. It's duck titties. It's not like... See, like that
it's
weird...
not even good.
No, but Joey, like, somebody had to make them. Like, some poor guy at the costume department or the prop department had to, like, fashion some prop duck titties.
This guy might have the time of his life.
Maybe he wanted. Maybe he's like, look, he's went up to the director. I've made these. You've not asked them, but I've made them. Right, I just had some spare time in the thing. We just can
listen. These are in the book. Do you want them?
Or don't use them, right?
I'll need them by the end of the day.
Aye, you've got them for a couple of hours and I'm taking them home, either way.
How he's beamed through space, we get this narration, a really great logo.
So here, the narration is indicating that there is universes out there for everybody, and everybody's intended to be in one. And I'm just thinking, like, considering now we've got all this multiverse nonsense and Loki and all that, this is kind of like a weird hint to that.
Yeah.
But we've got a parallel universe right now where weird ducks sitting there doing a podcast talking about human titties.
Whoa.
I'll blow your mind, I don't know.
He crashes on this like gross chair in this alleyway.
He's immediately stolen by punks.
Oh, these are some classic 80s punks.
They loved, see movies, man, at around about this time period, they love just having punks be the bad guy that just immediately robbed you straight away.
Terminator, Robocop, Splatterpunks, yeah, Escape from New York, like...
It's just wackiness and shenanigans. He's running around, he runs away from the punks, he ends up getting chased by some bikers called Satan Sluts.
People on Earth react to our world in such a fascinating way. Some people just totally accept it.
My wife turns to me and she's like, why are they all like running away and thinking he's an alien? Why don't they just think it's a guy in a duck outfit or a kid in a duck outfit? And I'm like, that's a good point. And at near the very end of the movie, somebody does think that. But like, at the start, they're all just freaking out like, oh my god, a duck. Maybe he's like a wee guy dressed up like a duck.
I'd probably run though.
I wouldn't run, but I was like cross the street to avoid walking the same side one of them was.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't immediately just run like fuck because I don't run.
In case he started on you.
In case he started his
Bite you.
fucking Donald Duck shite.
The Mad Max punks just kind of accept this thing, pick him up and force him into a club.
Why did they take him into a club and then they just ditch him at the club?
Classic 80s punks, they did shit like this, man.
Aye.
This is already so much though, innit?
Aye, it was too much. There was too much going on.
Leigh Thompson. Gorgeous.
Well, yeah. That's about the best I'll say about her in this movie.
She's good in this.
She is shite in this.
She's so good in this.
She's awful in this.
100% disagree.
I 100% realise after this movie why she didn't get more work.
Excuse me, I think Caroline in the City got like 4 seasons and I watched every one of them.
Sure, that's paying our mortgage right now.
I think her daughter Zoe Dutch is paying our mortgage. Directing a bunch. I adore Leigh Thompson, man. I think she's totally great in this. She's asked to do a lot in this and she does. I mean, a lot.
Far too much.
A lot.
Far too much. We'll get to it.
They force this duck onto this nerd. Nerd!
Yeah, I know.
You see this nerd?
Yeah, nerd.
How he's chucked out, a homeless person tries to like barter him or something.
I don't know. Again, everybody just starts freaking out when they see this duck. They just go for him for some reason. He then gets put in a bin, a trash can or something like that, or a barrel. So he lies in the barrel for a while until Leah Thompson's, I guess, finished her work, finished her song, and immediately she gets sexually assaulted by these two actors, man, who are playing the rapists, I guess.
At this point, I've wrote, trying to type notes and watch this is honestly, you can't take your eyes off this film.
I had to pause it to type notes and play again. I seriously had to do that. I couldn't because as I was typing, stuff was happening.
No more Mr. Nice Duck, we're told.
No more Mr. Nice Duck. And they'll laugh at me, says no one laughs at the master of quack fu. Or don't laugh at that.
It's like Kung Fu.
And then he batters them.
He kicks the utter fuck out them, man.
He batters fuck at them. There's a kind of bit of exposition here where Leah Thompson at least explains to him that he's on Earth. She says we're in Cleveland and he's like, Cleveland. As if he's a fucking idiot.
I mean, he's a duck, no, for this planet, man. Give him a break.
He can speak perfect English and that. He talks to them normal, but like for some reason he turns into a pure moron when the word Cleveland is presented to him.
Jenky looks like Macaulay Culkin.
Do you know what? He does.
Doesn't he?
He kind of does. I noticed that myself. I kind of thought, like, is that one? I didn't think it was Macaulay, but I was like, is one of the Culkins, like one of the lesser Culkins, and that's it.
That could be like the Culkin they kept in the cupboard. You know, the Culkin in the cupboard.
Like a Harry Potter type.
Just because they just pure raised the things like chicken, man. Like there was obviously one that was just
There
a
was
bit.
the weak one.
You know the
had
one, or the one that was
bunch.
maybe attached to Kieran. They cut it off and just chucked it in the.
Aye, maybe it was a wee bit duckish. There's some
Aye.
feathers and that, and you just thought, can you have that in public?
Ducky Culkin.
The one that fed to Michael Jackson. Get that in.
She just leaves him. This wee duck, man. She knows this duck isn't for this planet.
Leave this little cunt in the rain. He's a duck.
What do you
He
mean?
can deal with the rain. It's where if a duck's back.
You can't do that.
It's where if a duck's back.
No, you can't just leave this wee duck.
Sandbagged my joke.
Man, you're cold as ice. It's ice.
If you see a walking, talking duck in a suit in the rain, are you like, want to come back to my house?
I'm not saying that, but I'll say you're right, mate. You're just fucking nodding in.
Here's 50 pence for the bus.
You wouldn't give away a 50, a 20.
Aye, here's some changing coppers for the bus.
You'd throw it. You're so cruel, man.
And that's not for free, but you just sit.
I'm happy I saw you.
Take
Let's
it
see your dog ties.
off. Take it off. Real slow, like.
Do some duck stuff.
Quack for me.
It's almost as sad as leaving your wee pal. It's just been turned into a monkey, man.
Look, I'm not having this argument with you again. If you get turned into a monkey by an evil wizard, I'm running like fuck. I'm sorry.
You've had time to think about that. That's the
What
worst
do you-
thing. That's the worst part.
I did. I listened to the episode back. I have no complaints about my behaviour.
It's a sociopath, man.
What do you want me to do?
More than nothing would be good. Take me home to my wife.
But you're a crazed animal at this point. Like, I don't know if you're trained. I don't know if you're like just caring.
You're worried if I piss in your mouth. I'm a wee monkey. I don't even know.
No, but monkeys can claw your face off. You can like see it in Rambo where he's just pulling people's throats out. You can be like that. One of those monkeys.
That monkey ripped her face off.
Exactly. That's
That
what I'm
was
saying.
brutal.
So no, well, you're not getting my motor.
You can't just tag me in because of that monkey, didn't right? Anyhow, hold the duck. She finally asks if he's got a place to go.
She takes a fucking humanoid duck home with her, which is just bizarre behaviour.
Classic movie trope.
Once again, yeah, her house is amazing.
Another warehouse,
It's
kinda.
another kind of warehouse slash attic.
Big attic.
Big attic space. This again, the rent in this thing must be insane. I know it's 1986,
Man, a struggling musician can afford this fine. Don't worry about it.
but all these houses are described as like, oh sorry, this isn't much. It's like, what are you talking about? This is place amazing. It's like a loft.
I burst out laughing here, man. She puts milk in a bowl for him.
Aye, again.
That's so rude, man.
Is it though?
You would do that to this wee duck.
Of course I would.
You put milk in a bowl for me.
That's right, aye. It's weird that you drink it. But aye, so he sits on the couch and a truck goes by and he immediately gets PTSD because the couch starts shaking.
It's sad to see a
It's
wee
a
duck.
fuck.
Man,
Again, I have no sympathy for this dog. It's keeping no reason to like him, no reason to feel sorry for him. Again, this is where we're kind of finding out about his backstory, kind of a little bit. He talks about his career. He works in advertising, and he makes a weird joke where he picks up a bottle of perfume or something like that, and he does like a wee advertising pun.
yeah, he's basically Don Duck Draper.
And he acts like it too. He calls people sweetheart in this movie and sugar and all that kind of thing. He's
Very
a bit
noir,
sexist.
as you said.
But there is a noir vibe to it. I don't know if maybe that's what the comic was like.
Did you like Darkwing Duck? Do you know Darkwing Duck?
No.
Darkwing Duck's cool, man. That was a duck that solved mysteries. She has this duck purse. I've just wrote here, I cannot keep writing duck.
No, but I've got it. It's pretty much every note that I've wrote. Just really weird, awkward patter between them as they're getting to know each other.
I'd call it flirting.
It's pretty funny. It's weirdly
Man,
flirtatious.
that gets turned up.
So he falls asleep by her window. Again, that's a beautiful sort of like circular bay window that she's got at her house. He's sitting by it watching the rain and he falls asleep.
We've got this music going. I think this is a gorgeous score.
Again, I've taken no notice of the score.
Really? I thought it's quite... Yeah, I really like this.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm not bothered by it. She puts a blanket over him and then his wallet falls out.
I remember this scene. I obviously did not have a clue what this was as a kid.
Talk us through it, Kieran.
We've got this haunting, beautiful music. It's sort of this flute and it plays over as the rain's falling on this window. And the wee guy falls asleep and she gets him comfortable. Leigh Thompson looks through his wallet We got a photo of Howie at the beach with 2 babes. We then get another photo of Howie and his grandparents. We got a credit card or 2 and maybe a card that says Blooming Ducks. The dollar bill.
Yeah, I see. Yep.
And then we got a duck condom.
It's not a duck condom though. It's a loose
Aye.
condom. It's no in a packet.
It's just wrapping up.
It's a used condom.
I've wrote here he's just washing it out.
I'm watching it and I sort of look at my wife as if, are you seeing this? She's not. No, she's not at this point. She's back to her game, right? She's checked out this movie. But God bless her. So I'm like, why has he got a Johnny in his pocket? Like an open Johnny? That is dried up now. Don't use that, mate. I feel like shouting at TV. Don't use this. It's not going to work.
Disclaimer. Washing out condoms does not work. Neither does rubber bands and crisp packets. Be smart. Be safe.
You concerned about this duck?
I'm concerned about her. I'm concerned about Leah Thompson because he's going to try and put this in her at some point.
Oh man, that was rich. I know you didn't mean it, but that was too much, man. You could have wrote this nipple guy. Purgan through his wallet, by the way.
Why has he got an open? Why has he got a loose Connie? Connie? That's not word.
Connie? You think they call it a Donny? Donny Wahlberg.
Didn't they call it ducking?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that gets me. I don't care that he's got a condom, right? It's the fact that it's just an open condom.
She pure bare horns it or not.
And she laughs.
Oh,
She looks at the condom and goes, oh, Howie, or something, then puts it back in.
She's probably got dumb all her fingers, man.
Oh, that more than I should have.
Man, this movie is so weird. She asks, "What am I going to do with you, Ducky?" The wide shot is gorgeous of her looking over him. Some of the cinematography is really nice on this.
Yeah, that looks okay. Right, can I just say something here?
Yeah.
Here, this next scene is my first and only laugh in this movie.
Man, I know it.
I laugh at this. You say it?
He's in a bin bag.
He's in a bin bag. That's pretty funny.
This is the only bit I wanted to text you with a screenshot.
So he's in a bag. He keeps on talking, and the cab driver's kind of looking at him as if it's going on. And then she's dragging him up these stairs, and she's dragging him around this school.
Bag.
She's hucking this thing about, and he's moaning the full time. That's it. My laughter stops now because Tim Robbins is introduced. Isn't it weird how he's arguably one of the best movies ever and one of the worst movies ever?
You get loads like that. Al Pacino.
Oh, that's true. I will say this for Tim Robbins. He is going for it.
He's dedicated to this part.
He's giving it socks, man. I'll give him that.
He gets one look at this duck and thinks he's getting a Nobel Prize.
In fairness, it's a talking fucking duck.
Do you know what? I said it out loud. You pelted me. I agree with you. I stand corrected and pelted. He's probably getting the Nobel Prize.
If he shows up at a science fair with this duck that can talk and walk about and that, they're giving him all the prizes.
I'm going to say one thing to you.
Uh-huh.
They wouldn't have cut up an Encino Man. They would chop this duck.
Oh, this duck is getting roasted and cooked for fucking dinner.
This duck wouldn't see the next day.
No, it would not last 2 minutes. It's good that they put him in the bin bag because, if this duck gets found in the street, he's immediately getting thrown into the back of a van and taken to, Area 51.
You said it, man. I've wrote it. Tim Robbins acts his tits off here, man.
Yep, he is going for it. He does this kind of weird thing where he's speaking all loud, like the thing that people do to foreigners when they think they can't understand them.
Oh, he patronises and is racist to this duck. He does the Donald Duck. It's so offensive.
Is that offensive?
Righto, you are
Duck's no race.
You are on this Tim Robbins side, you prick.
He does. He says he's got laser eye powers and all that. Is this? I thought maybe this was some sort of comic book reference. Maybe does he have powers in the comic books? I don't know.
How he walks out, Robbins catches up. They talk evolution.
The theory of evolution, but with ducks, is what I've wrote.
I hear this word again. Cro-Magnon.
Instead of coming from dinosaurs, they came from eggs.
I learned that word in Encino Man.
Is that the first time you learned that?
Cro-Magnon.
Buddy. Oh man, I bet you fucking Hollywood.
Sure would have been
Holly
the
Shaw
duck.
would have fucking squeezed his fucking wee arse into his duck outfit. Oh, he would have done it in a fucking heartbeat.
Sure would have done Leigh Thompson's role, man. He would have fucked that
100%.
duck.
He would have fucked the duck.
People are freaking out and looking at this duck. The public are horrified.
Quite right, and then he gets into an argument with...
Wayne's.
No.
He chases the Wayne's
That's
away.
right, they think he's an exhibition. What does he say, like Oogie Boogie or something like that?
A what?
What does he say, like Oogie Boogie or something like that? He says something like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Scare them off. Then him and Leah Thompson get in a fight.
Yeah, and again, man, she pulls a ride on that she's a duck.
Quite right, but he's been a dog it for a wee shite.
You've...
He's like, I don't need your toots or something. Well, I don't know what he says. And she's like, oh, fuck you. And she walks away quite rightly.
You're
Leave this dog alone.
This duck doesn't know the city, man. He doesn't know finances.
He's been so... He does not find it. He's got a car. He's got his ducking deals.
Duck bills? How's he going to use that on Earth?
Here,
You don't care's your problem.
But I tell you what, man, he should go back to Tim Robbins because Tim Robbins is all over this guy.
Aye, and he'll need to do some things for Robbins.
Oh no, definitely. He had some duck stuff.
He goes to the Bureau of Employment Services, right?
Now, again, I missed it because I was taking notes here and I looked up, and he's at the job centre.
Aye, he's not got a social...
How does it get here?
He's not got a social security number.
You can't
right?
just walk into an office and be like, give me a job. Like, they need to make you fill out some paperwork at least. He's clearly a duck, she's not, and she's like, she says, you people always come in here trying to stand out with your wacky fashion. She just thinks he's wearing a weird costume, or she thinks he's just dressing.
When she says you people, what does she think how he is?
I don't know. And like, there's this weird scene where like he's looking at her ass for a while.
Our butt takes up a lot of the screen, how he wants to bite it.
Why? Is it like an act of aggression, like he hates this woman, or is it like he's turned on? He's like, oh, give me that ass.
No, she's patronising to him, and he wants to take a bite as revenge. He gets a job.
What is this job? He gets a job as a towel boy at a sex sauna. It looks like the swimming baths, like the wee booths you get changed in.
But the lighting is...
Seedy, it's a little dark room.
The lighting's
He's got a
specific.
He's walking about with a little trolley with towels. Is he just handing out towels?
Oh, he's cleaning up, man.
Is he just a jizz mopper?
Man.
You heard that word?
Do you think I don't know what it would be?
That's what he's doing, right, in this sauna. Like, he's cleaning up after people have had sex in these like saunas rooms.
Yeah, that's just, yeah.
What a weird scene. This, again, bear in mind, when I went into this movie, I thought this was I thought this was a kid's movie.
Again, I watched this a lot as a kid.
Did you pick up on any of this?
No, what I knew it was strange, especially the mud bath scene.
Yeah, there's a mud bath. That's the thing. It's like, it's not just a sauna. There's mud baths. There's a jacuzzi.
He's got this boss.
This boss who's
is
a creep.
gross. He is this guy who is sweating all the time.
For some reason, this woman at the job centre has a contact at a sex sauna. This place is not getting advertised at a job centre. This is like a underground job. This isn't like real employment.
Oh, this is like advertised in the shop in 8mm.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you need to know a guy who knows a guy who can get you this job for like $20 a night.
It's cash in hand, and it's...
And she's seen this duck who looks like a child and is like, oh, I'm going to make you be the towel boy for this sex. So it's just so weird.
The boss throws him into this manky sex soup.
And he shouts that he can't swim.
This duck like nearly drowns in this sex soup.
Imagine drowning in somebody's shagging sauna.
Oh,
Is this mad old couple are just like banging away beside you and you're just drowning?
Oh, pure drowning and dumb. Oh. Oh, how he gets revenge and slides into this guy and pushes him into the mud bath. It's just manky. It cuts to him like walking back from work and he's all dapper.
My wife was pissing herself laughing at this scene because she'd not been watching the movie. As I said, she was watching she was at the laptop or whatever. But she looks up, because I think she'd forgot about the movie and forgot what I was watching, so she looks up, she just sees him walking all sad with his suit on, she just starts pissing herself, and she's like, what is this fucking film that you're watching?
The pair of yous would leave this duck in a heartbeat, man.
But as I said, when they need a duck in the first place.
People on the bus are pure freaking out. Oh man, it's so sad. When he gets off this thing, this guy opens the window and shouts, "What is it? What is a duck?" That's a duck, man. That's a duck.
Clearly, they've been having a conversation on the bus that we've not heard, where somebody's like, "Is that a fucking duck? That's not a duck. I swear to God, that's a duck." And then he's looked out the window and been like, "It is a duck, kids." It's a duck. It's a duck.
I could watch you doing a one-man show.
I've been in a bus together, and I see a duck walking about in a suit. I'm like, "Get in a duck! I'm a fucking duck!"
We get off the bus, man. We
Point at it, a duck.
everybody.
Everybody, look, there's a fucking duck. It's walking about. It's got a
Help.
suit on.
Help!
Why is name to comment on the duck?
Where's the pose?
For the pose once again. The duck should
Help!
So he looks at this TV, he gets off the bus and he looks at this that classic scene. He's outside Curry's window and he sees all the TV sets.
Yeah, he gets triggered.
And of course he gets triggered. He's watching, there's a lot of shows on about ducks at the same time for some reason. There's a news report on about duck hunting season starting, and at the same time there's a Looney Tunes cartoon on showing you Daffy Duck getting shot at or something like that.
Howie's in a bad part of town, you mentioned, finds himself conveniently next to the Manky bar.
Yep. There's these creeps sitting at the bar. We see a returning Spike from Mario. Howard is acting like the band's...
To be fair, these two creeps are like...
They're being totally creeps, but he's basically saying like, you need to...
The CD Club guys are discussing Thompson, aka Bev, in the band's contract, but the manager wants to bang her. He's like withholding money. It's weird in this duck movie. Koopa Cousin, aka Spike, regarding the sight of Howie, "Look, Ginger, I warned you when you get into rap management, you would be dealing with entertainment types. You know, different strokes and all that."
What does that mean? Because they're in a punk club. Leah Thompson's band is a punk band. There's no rappers in sight in this movie. There's no reference to rap. They're in Cleveland. I don't get it. Why is it not like, oh, why, there's a talking duck? He gets thrown down the bar. He jumps back up again.
Koopa Cousin like hucks him. He does a Jaws McFly down this bar.
Yep, totally. Slides right down the bar, takes all the drinks out on his way. Stands back up again, all raging. Walks up the bar, batters them. One of the guys tries to use an ice pick on him.
Yeah.
He's trying to like stab this duck in the eye. He uses the ice pick on this guy's earring. Like he stabs it through his earring basically, and he's got him pinned down to the bar.
Howie glasses up him.
Aye, somebody gets glass. This movie's fucking mental. This is something you'd see in The Equalizer with Denzel. Do you know what I mean? Where he's just like, you're going to free this woman.
He threatens them with space rabies.
I know we know that the duck's an alien, but all these people, are they thinking it's came from outer space? If I see a talking duck, I'm not like it's coming from space. I'm thinking it's just...
You'd clock the bill and go, that's a duck.
Aye.
There'd be no doubt.
Aye, but you wouldn't be like, that's an alien. You would just be like, that's a duck that can talk. That's weird. Aye, it says that if you don't let these women out of contract, then I'll give you space rabies. Again, why doesn't he just say, I'll stab you? Because he's already got an ice pick in his hand.
Backstage, Howie shows up. They all adore Howie immediately.
Aye, they all just like accept that he's this talking duck, and they're all like, oh yeah, it's cute, just like she's not stopped talking about you and stuff. Again, implying that Leah Thompson's into this duck.
But they're all kind of flirtatious with this duck. They all want a piece of this duck, man.
Tim Robbins shows up with pizza and beer.
He's such a nerd.
Oh, he's a big fat nerd in this movie.
He's with one of these hot babes. To be fair, Robbins got Susan Sarandon.
So he did, aye, and she's fucking
Smoking.
aye, so he's doing well for himself. Bad Tim.
Tim Robbins spouts something about space and ice.
Basically, he's like, give me one of your feathers. Because I've met this scientist that might be able to help us, but he's a feather sample. How he's like, no, leave me alone, I've told you, blah, blah, blah. He just steals one of his feathers anyway and runs away.
At first, Robin's like girlfriend who's in the band says Phil to try and get him to go away.
Yeah.
And he replies, "No sex now, I'm working." That's really funny because he's this nerd and she's obviously totally smoking. Like, that's really funny.
And he's kind of dismissing her as if not now, baby. Which
Yeah.
is kind of, it's a cute wee scene.
The girls are chuffed. They're out of their contract. Those goons would be waiting outside to smash Howie, man. They would be waiting.
Oh, they're
We
phoned
made
for
them.
backup.
The Cleveland squad would be there.
But I remember he's threatening her all with space rabies.
Phil steals a feather so dark, you mentioned. Howie crashes with Bev.
We go back to the apartment. Leah Thompson, I assume, is in the shower because Howie's like leaning on the piano, accidentally turns on the wee keyboard, has a wee dance.
We hear the first few beats of Howard the Duck.
Yeah, Leah Thompson then comes out of the bathroom or whatever, wherever she came from, looking like that.
Stunning.
It's her sex underwear. This is that specific underwear you buy for sex. So she looks amazing, and she like crawls onto the bed like.
Man, she is like gonna mount this duck, and at this point, right, I'm thinking about slipping my VPN on.
Aye, this again. I cannot believe this is happening because I was joking with my wife about this, being like, "Man, I bet she's gonna fuck this duck." As soon as she comes out of that bathroom wearing that outfit, I'm like, she's trying to entice this duck. She is, man. She's dressed like Emmanuel in space.
Man,
That pool.
Oh, I know,
Sci-fi channel porn.
Mate, come on. I remember when Emmanuel went to America.
That's right, Emmanuel 2000.
You're on one of the later they go to space sequels. Mate, I was the Red Shoe Diaries. She's after his wee duck dong, man.
100%. She's wearing that. She's not wearing that for comfort.
It's kinda, it stays with you, man.
At this point, I'm apologising profusely to my wife. Because she's now at this point watching it as well. Because she's like
She
me.
thinks you're a weirdo.
Exactly. She does. She's like, Ryan, what are you watching?
She sussed you.
And I'm like, I swear I didn't know this scene was in this movie. Because we joked about it earlier. And she's like, and she said to me, she's like, is she going to fuck this duck? What's weirder, because she's also, we're watching this scene and my wife's like, is that Marty McFly's mum? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, did she not try to fuck him in that movie as well? And I'm like, yes.
This was her thing.
Why is this her thing? Because that's Leah Thompson's career, is these two movies.
Eventually you get typecast. And that was her thing.
The movie where she nearly fucks her own son, or the movie where she nearly fucks a duck. But no, she's just full on going for it with this duck.
And he's freaking out.
He's freaking at me a bit, but then there's this even weirder scene where the hairs on the top of his head stand up as if he's got a...
He pulls an alfalfa.
Aye, it's like alfalfa, but it's like that's 10-10 that he's getting excited. I assume that's what the scene means, that he's got a fucking stoner.
Oh,
Like,
aye. A Donna.
And this is I'm speechless. I know it's a podcast and like it relies on us talking, but I can't. She's just full on going for it.
It's wild, isn't it?
It's fucking.
Do you feel
wild.
like you're different now? You've saw this?
I feel dirty watching it. Like you, like I wish I had a VPN or something because I'm like, this is weird. If somebody walks in right now, like luckily my wife was sitting there the entire time to see the context, but see if she wasn't in the room and she walks in and this is the scene that she sees me watching, divorce.
Oh, the Waynes are definitely taking out the house. She's in a hotel.
And it gets even weirder because, as I say, he's got the wee boner and then she kind of kisses him and he's also saying no, which, by the way, how you saying no to her?
We cut to a silhouette. We see them having, like, they have a kiss. Enter Jeffrey Jones and this team of nerds.
Yeah, Jeffrey Jones, Tim Robbins and some other scientist guy walk into the room. You see the silhouette, it looks like she's on top of him. This whole thing lost me. So basically Tim Robbins took his feather earlier, gave it to these scientists, and they've basically said, oh, we were doing an experiment and this is how you ended up on Earth. Our bad.
They explained they were doing an experiment. They crossed paths with this other world that brought Howie here.
I've wrote something to do with lasers / power.
That's
explaining
fine.
how he got here.
That's fine.
So basically all agree to take Howard back to this lab.
What do you think the cast thought they were making, Rido?
I've not got a clue.
Imagine that. Imagine what they spoke about before each day.
This must have been the same on the Mario set. We spoke about how Leguizamo and Hoskins used to get drunk in that between takes just because they hated it.
I could watch these back to back. That would be a crazy double bill.
No, you couldn't. I don't think any human being could go through this.
That would be a wild night.
I'll tell you right now, I'm never ever watching this film again. You could not pay me to watch this film again.
You would never watch this ever again.
This is an unrated cut where she actually does fuck the duck.
Alright.
Just that one scene though. Just send me that. Just clip that. And
It's
send
just
it
you've
to me.
asked for that a lot tonight. I don't have it.
It's here somewhere, I know it is. I'm not even listening
It's
until you
looking
give
through
it.
my drawers, man. They discuss reversing it so Howie can get back. Howie calls Robin's Four Eyes. They kind of fun back and forth, I think.
Fun is one word. They have a back and forth. That is in this movie.
This is all I remember about this movie, apart from a flying machine that's coming up and Jeffrey Jones going wild in this movie.
Yeah.
I check your runtime. There's an hour left on this.
I checked the runtime at the exact same moment. That's crazy you say that.
You're gonna judge me here, man. Howie and Bev struggle to say goodbye, and I'm kind of feeling it a bit, man.
Fuck you.
Right, I'm feeling it, man. The score's good.
They just fucked. She
They
just
did
done
me.
bestiality. She just done bestiality.
He didn't.
They were going to. They were
No,
walked in
they
on by the
didn't.
nerds. Because remember Tim Robbins says, "Oh, your door was unlocked." If that door stays locked and those nerds don't walk in,
She
they're going
didn't
all the way.
pop the duck, man.
They're going to duck base.
They.
There's a weird scene here where, as you said, fucking the duck and Bev are saying goodbye to each other. Then Tim Robbins is in the front and he says a weird line from The Contender where Marlon Brando, and I could have been somebody, I could have been a contender. Why is that? Why is that in this film?
Because the duck was his chance, I think. Like,
Aye, but no, that's just a pure weird scene. It felt like maybe improv.
yeah.
I just no.
Again, man, he's all in. He's all in. They arrive at Dynatech.
Yeah, some generic lab. I didn't
some
even
lab.
write it down.
There's no guard and something's off.
Yeah,
There's good atmosphere here.
yeah. It kind of reminds me, to much lesser extent, obviously. I like the season 2 lab in Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite creepy because they get there, all the alarms are going off. There's no guard. You know, some shit's went down.
I'm going to be honest. Picks up a wee bit for me here.
Really?
I think it picks up a bit.
When the police show up.
There's a couple of decent little sequences here. Not perfect, it's all crazy, but there is a couple of sequences, decent little atmosphere. A scientist reaches them, freaked out. He's all burned. It's mental. It's
Aye.
so crazy. Something real bad has happened during testing. I like that there's a supernatural sort of feel to it. The scientific experiment gone wrong, but we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
Jones disappeared during testing. He got the impact of the blast that we learn. They are worried they brought something else from another world. It's quite ominous. It's kind of got something a wee bit.
There's
now.
potential here for something cool to happen. It does not, but there's potential.
We get Paul, I want to say Guilfoyle from CSI, Las Vegas.
Is that who this guy is?
Yeah, he's got like this bleached blonde hair in this. It's so crazy to see. Amazing in CSI. He keeps referring to Howie as a thing, and I'm laughing every time he's doing it a wee bit.
The police, there's a kind of weird police brutality scene where immediately they strip off Howie, which, in fairness, is the first and only time in the movie where somebody's like checking to see if it's just a guy in a suit. Because they strip him off to make sure there's no seams in it and that he's not just like in a disguise.
I don't like this wee topless thing, man. And it's wee boxers. It's weird.
I don't know, enough titties for me.
It's got a weird body, man.
Aye.
No, a wee duck body, man. They overpower this cop. Leigh Thompson says, "Book him, duckle."
Leah Thompson pulls a gun on a police officer. She is going to jail for a long time.
If she's lucky.
That is a fucking felony. Like, it's fair enough that if she helps him escape, but she pulls a gun, she pulls the police officer's gun and points it at his face. Automatically, she's doing like 10 years.
Oh, totally.
Like, not just for escaping a felon, but for pointing a gun at a police officer. That's like, I can't believe that. Like, I know it's a daft film. Like, that's such a big crime. That's
All
such
of
a
these
leap.
people, Tim Robbins will never see daylight again.
No, 100%. Aye.
Shoot to kill.
I know this sounds stupid, right? But there's no way the cops are dealing with this. Immediately, if this happens at this big science lab,
Military.
so, or the FBI or something swoops in on the
CIA.
aye. Cause
X-Files.
Like, aye, totally. Because that's like, they know what's going on in this lab. They must know what sort of testing's going on. There'll be their own sort of military or some sort of organisation that if anything goes wrong would come in at this point. It wouldn't just be the police, it's just the local PD.
Yeah, it's local law enforcement on this thing, and we get Jeffrey Jones, aka Jennings, and he looks fucked, man.
Aye, he's fucked.
He's on a come-down.
So, it looks like he's had a concussion. They're like, oh, we're hiding. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's a bit out of it.
He says he's getting these mad headaches, and he looks like he's getting headaches, man.
Yeah, I think he's good in this film.
He's excellent in this film. I know there's controversies around him.
No, but like, we don't, at this point in his career, we don't know anything like that about him.
Pre-Beetlejuice, and he is a great actor.
He's good in Beetlejuice
He's
as
a
well.
very good actor.
So anyway, they escape in a car. There's this weird sort of car chase happening because like Jeffrey Jones is driving the car, but
he's driving recklessly.
because
all over
he's
the
having
place.
his headache. So sort of Howard needs to take over the wheel.
Jones starts spouting these monologues about the world being in danger, how he says it is when he's on the highway. It's kind of funny. No.
Come on, this whole driving part is terrible. They're driving recklessly and basically they pull up just in time before they crash into this diner.
Not before a sex change gag that was really bizarre.
It's like, transforming. He's like, oh, we got a sex change over here or something. It's like, really?
You've got a duck fucking movie, don't be judgmental.
Exactly. You literally 2 scenes ago, you heard Leah Thompson on top of this duck, and now we're making a joke about like transgender people.
Bite my banger, George Lucas. You wee dick. They drive in that crash. It takes a while. This takes a while. Jones starts talking a different way. It sucks, but he's really good in this. He totally commits to this.
He reminds me a lot, even though it's a totally different type of performance or different movie, it reminds me a lot of Vincent D'Onofrio in Men in Black.
Otherworldly.
But he's acting like a human who's been possessed, trying to act like a human, which is a hard thing to do. The diner scene that's coming up.
Yep.
It's kind of a lot like
More water.
That was good. That's compression.
A sushi diner is a very funny gag.
I don't get the gag. Why is that funny?
You would never order sushi at a diner. It's a
Is
prestigious
that
food.
just for the joke?
Prestigious food in a diner set. I think that's a very funny side gig. They don't want to let Howie into this diner, man. They think he's a pet. The waitress thinks Howie's a kid in a costume.
This whole diner scene.
I'm kind of laughing, man.
Yeah.
He's like, I am a dark overlord, and they are just ripping into him. It's kind of funny.
I do like the fact that they're not taking him seriously. Like, he's basically saying, I'm going to end the world, the universe is going to explode, and they're just like, aye, right.
Yeah, okay.
It's just this whole scene. It's just a whole big exposition dump here, where he's the Dark Overlord is basically saying, we are the bad guys of this movie. We're going to come down and destroy the Earth.
There's now a gateway, and he's going to bring these things down to. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's a weird scene where the waitress brings him out eggs, and Howie freaks out.
Howie is offended, and he rages, and the waitress.
Does Jig I'm a cannibal? And it's just like, first of all, it's chicken eggs. You're a duck. Is a duck and chicken isn't the same thing, is it?
The waitress spouts something about stuff, and light starts coming out of Jeffrey Jones' eyeballs, and I'm like, what, man? And he explodes the condiments.
And they don't react at all. They seem perfectly unfazed by the fact that he just made these condiments explode with his eyeballs.
This is when Jones goes on to say he's now got a code key.
Oh, talk about MacGuffins. Talk about some sort of item that you need to know about for later.
This will activate the laser beam to contact the Dark Overlords. These are words written in the script which the actors read out loud. We get some classic rednecks.
And they're basically doing the whole, we don't like your kind around here.
It's a Skeeter bit from like South Park.
Yeah. Why are they all so aggressive? Why have they not seen that this guy is clearly like blown shut up with his laser eyes and this duck can talk? Instead of freaking out and being like, holy shit, they just come over and be like, we don't like your type.
I laughed, man. I laughed again. They ask if this code key is for his duckmobile.
Really? I get a laugh at you?
I'm laughing again.
Oh no, man. I'm checking the clock. There's still a good 45 to 50 minutes left. I'm dying inside. Our third big fight scene of the movie.
A lot of pies are thrown, man.
He's throwing pies. He does a thing where like he does like a bull, like
a matador.
A matador thing where he's just like
with pies.
Yeah.
These rednecks would have brought 12 gauges to this pie fight.
Again, there's not nearly enough guns in this because they would have shot this duck immediately, like rednecks tend to do. For some reason, it turns into a whole fight where everybody in the bar turns against Howard, and they all pick him up and they all slam him down on this table.
It goes missed.
Yeah, totally. It turns into this like tribal sacrifice. Put him on this table, they tie him down. For some reason, this table's already came with all these ropes. They're going to cook him.
Oh, they're going to cook and eat this duck. They all want a bit of this duck.
It's like a very tribal thing because it's just, it starts off these three rednecks Then now everybody in the diner is gathered around this thing, holding this duck down as this guy goes to chop it up with a meat cleaver. It's dead weird, isn't it? It's the strangest scene.
They start to season them.
They literally throw seasoning on this duck. It's still got its clothes on. Like, they don't even like take its clothes off, like, and start like plucking feathers. To just like start immediately throwing seasoning and bits of garnish on this duck.
And how he's like, you need to watch my pals, the Dark Overlord.
Aye, so eventually the Dark Overlord wakes up, uses his power to make this meat cleaver fly all around the room.
He gets a classic 80s blue CGI outline. I adore a blue outline.
It's pretty bad looking.
I think it's good, man.
It gives it a kind of charm, but it looks bad. But again, it's 1986. Like,
I think it's quite creepy. I think this whole Jeffrey Jones bit, these monsters, this could be Cronenberg, man. The chef sees Jones tripping out and he says, he must have had the chili.
I hated that joke. That joke made me so angry.
You seem angry now.
They're in this diner for about half an hour.
This diner scene goes on.
It goes on and on and on.
Jones takes out the entire diner. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
It's kind of Stephen King.
The Overlord takes the key and he takes Beverly, steals her truck and drives away with her and leaves Howard.
Jones just steals this horny musician.
Yep, I just was alright, you're coming with me.
You're my girlfriend now. Jones needs the Overlords to grow inside her.
So basically explains, it's good that they do, and at the very next thing explain why he kidnapped her, and he basically says that they need a host, they need a human host, they can't come here. This big tentacle comes out his mouth.
He needs energy in this, like, tongue, guar appendage comes out his mouth with this jagged bit at the end. It is Lovecraft.
Yeah, totally, man. This is pretty gross, but it's cool. And he sticks it in a cigarette lighter to get power, to drain the power. I kind of like this scene.
That's cool,
yeah.
This is really creepy.
Yep, creepy, good visual effects. It's not using bad CGI. It's just like...
I do think it picks up your ride with those like practical effects. It gets kind of... The adult stuff kind of starts to work and you realise there's just this little duck at the stakes of this thing. Do you know what I mean? There's something there.
No, there is something. There's the bones of something interesting that they never use. Again, this scene is... You say it picks up here, but I think this is where it peaks. It picks up, doesn't get any more interesting.
It peaks.
The cops arrive at the diner.
Everybody's lifted.
Everybody gets arrested.
I laughed here again.
Tim Robbins is in the back of the cop car and he sees that Howard is like standing. Don't laugh at this.
That's so funny.
You explain it then.
Outside this diner, there's all these like tacky,
roadside attractions.
And how he pretends to be one, so he stands like this pretend duck. It's no funny when I explain it, Ryan.
The duck standing still.
That's funny.
Lol.
Funny.
He gets Tim Robbins' attention.
He says, I need to get you out of here. Phil starts to climb from the back seat into the front of the cop car, out the front window, and how he just says the door's open.
They sneak away from the cops and they find a plane, like a one of those flying machines, like a Wright Brothers type plane.
It's like that. Do you remember Fly Away Home?
Yeah, I know. I just don't know what they're called. I know exactly what the plane is, and
a gyro sort of copter, sort of idea. I remember loving this as a kid and just thinking this was the coolest thing.
But it's not even built. They find it in bits, and Tim Robbins decides, I'm going to build this plane so we can escape the police. So this sushi diner is right beside this big flying machine that can fly them right to where they need to go. And is also within driving distance of a nuclear power plant.
Straight out of Springfield.
What is the geography of this fucking Cleveland town? They're on a tour of a power plant. I don't know if you can just like drive past it and just jump on a tour. I think you need to book these things in advance. They need some background research on you.
I laughed at him in this tour though.
He's wearing the tour outfit and he's clearly, his face is all falling apart and stuff.
He's such a mess at this point, man. And he is like possessed. He's a possessed mess. And this cheery tour guide's doing his usual thing and he's just like, yeah. I think, don't they say something like, I guess somebody missed their coffee this morning or something?
Some weird joke like that. He consumes the power from the reactor and becomes nuclear, basically.
I could listen to you explain this
I
movie.
know. Leah Thompson is badly tied up in the back of this truck. She escapes, or she just about gets herself out of the rope, but then the truck door opens, and then the big man's back full of nuclear power. He's all green and all nucleared up, but his hair's all spiky, and he kind of looks like that guy for Tekken. Is it Heihachi?
Oh, big dude, white spikes.
He totally looks like the Tekken character.
The hair and makeup's excellent at all this, by the
Again,
way.
the practical stuff isn't bad.
Yeah, Jones looks amazing. The cheekbones look really good. He's really monstrous. It looks really cool. Jones rams police barricade. Guy shouts about whiplash immediately in front. I think that's funny.
That was a funny wee gag, a wee half funny gag, because like he's been hit and he sees a police officer and just shouts whiplash.
Yeah, it's good.
This overlord motherfucker just kills everybody, basically.
He throws a cop.
Aye. Oh, again, he's just full on murder mode.
Even if, like, somehow this is explained after, Jones is probably facing some time.
Oh, 100%, aye.
In, like, Area 51.
Yeah, they're experimenting on him. 100%. He's not getting out of this scot-free.
Electrodes to his titties, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Other cops just try fucking blast Jones' face in, man. Jones makes everything explode.
Yep, 100%. Because he's all nuclear now, so everybody turns green a wee bit, which I appreciate.
Agreed.
This plane chase.
This is great, man.
No, it is not.
It goes
You
on a
shut
bit
up.
long.
I bet this is where this 50-minute comes from.
It takes...
Why is this movie so long? This plane chase is the reason.
This is cool.
Whoever directed this needs to be fucking shot like a duck.
Did you appreciate it was practical?
I guess, yeah.
Aerial shots and stuff, that's cool.
I'm sure
man.
it's hard to film. That's probably why there's so much of it in the movie, because they're like, this is a pain in the arse to film, we're putting it in the film, we're putting it in the movie.
Rido. Last week, right, if I told you, do you want to see a film where a duck's flying a bike with Tim Robbins in the back and a cop's firing a shotgun at them, you would have said, aye, I'll pay to see that, I'll give you a tenner. They zip about, they take out some duck hunters, the score's good, it's got some tension. I do like how this thing's been photographed, it looks good.
Tim Robbins in the back, constantly shouting and moaning and fawing about.
At one point, they say the fuel hose is gubbed. He literally just needs to plug it back in. He's a scientist.
Aye. It's not even... It's nothing, it's just like, oh, you need to fix the thing, and all he does is just puts the pipe back in the wee hole when it's supposed to go.
They crash this bird, man.
For the second time, this gag that never gets old, oh, I can't swim. And then Tim Robbins like, I've never met a dog that can't swim. It's like, mate, you never met a dog that can fucking talk?
We cut to this lab and there's a massive laser pointed at Beverly. Jones is operating it. Phil possibly knows a way to stop it. Aye, a lot with the laser.
This point, man. Finally, this movie's at least wrapping up. We're getting to the finale. Neutron disintegrator.
Neutron disintegrator.
Yeah, that's just sciencey words, isn't it?
A neutron disintegrator.
I wrote big ass laser gun.
I've wrote here the laser is contacting the nexus of Somnus, Ryan.
Yep.
The nexus of Somnus.
So the weapon, this neutron disintegrator laser, is behind the security door. Tim Robbins tries the password, can't get it. Howard, nothing he can't solve, kicks this door open with a spinning karate kick.
Cool, man.
This big security door, and this wee duck just kicks it and it just opens.
They attach it to this wee, cart.
This wee golf cart, this is
so
the
cool.
stupidest looking thing ever.
Oh.
The shenanigans that go on with this cart throughout this movie. Jones shoots some lasers.
And some rancid CGI.
Oh, this is poor. This is when you're getting it bad. Tim Robbins deflects it with is it a trash can lid or something he picks up?
He lifts up a satellite shield and bounces it back. Robin takes a blast and he does some funny dazed acting here.
Again, he's trying his hardest. It looks a bit naff, but he's at least trying.
Jones suddenly has this power of breath where he can blow you.
Yes. Howard says, prepare to eat the beak. That's his big line. Yeah, and then Howard drives towards him in the wee golf cart with a laser. They shoot each other. They kind of have that thing where the lasers sort of meet in midair.
Nice colours here.
Yeah, I think the laser's purple, am I right?
Purple and blue. It's really vivid and nice. Jones survives. I forgot this. I forgot he like came out of all of this.
Yeah, so basically the laser didn't kill the Overlord, it just knocked it out of Jones's body.
It separated
basically.
the Dark Overlord from Jones.
I wanted to get your take on this, because you like older sort of monster movies, sort of kaiju movies and stuff. What is your take on this monster?
I think they tried to do something with it. The stop motion isn't entirely great. The creature design's kind of good. It's just the lighting is way off.
Again, one of these gross tentacles came out, the one that we spoke about earlier. Jones throws a saw to Howard, cuts one of the tentacles off with a saw, and he says something like, "Slice salami." Oh, what's that shot? Why?
Wait,
Does he know what salami is?
He
Do they
does.
eat meat in the duck world?
Been on Earth 2 minutes. He wouldn't have quips, man. Other Overlords are coming. I'm kind of liking some of these graphics. How he cuts a limb, yeah, you said this, split screen gloop. It paralyses Bev and Robbins. They're doing this like shaking thing.
No, this is pretty bad looking as well.
I think we get a kind of cool big boss fight. It's just like a weird little computer game.
But again, nothing really happens. All that happens is that Howard picks up the same gun again that he just used and shoots it one more time and kills it. I guess realising that the sequence has already been activated and the other overlords are coming. Basically decides the only thing that he can do is blow up the laser itself. That's his way home, but also the bad guys are coming through there, so like,
Yeah.
if he doesn't destroy it, he can't go home, but also
He has to close the door.
doors. Aye, basically, so he decides to do the right thing and shoots the laser, and then the entire lab basically blows up and lands on top of them all. Howard gets squished.
They think he's dead.
This is a weird scene. They think he's dead. They pull off all the rubble off him and he's lying there.
I burst out laughing.
Did you burst out laughing as well?
He pretends to be possessed by
Oh,
the
no, did you laugh at that?
overlords.
No, I'm
That
laughing
is
at-
so good.
No, it isn't he?
That is so funny, Rido.
No, I burst out laughing when they pull the rubble off him. I see this wee dead because I thought he was genuinely dead. I thought like maybe they killed him. I thought
What's right?
they made a wee
mate?
model of this dead dog.
What's happened, man? Come on. They hug. We get Howard the Duck. You talk to my mom about this film. She was blast that song out. 2 verses out.
Did she?
Oh, totally.
I wrote no amount of space magic is getting this band a record deal.
He's managing this band in this wee cute manager suit.
Tim Robbins apparently gave up his career as being a scientist and has become a stagehand at this fucking concert. Why has he quit science when he knows, but he's just been involved in one of the biggest scientific breakthroughs?
I'm hanging with the sack, man. That was a lot of duck shenanigans. The movie ends ambiguously with a fade.
At this concert and it fades away with the song playing.
No, and it comes back a bit, and Howie and Bev kind of embrace a bit.
And
the
this is
fade,
a weird scene.
It leaves you wondering.
Are they together? Because like it's sort of backstage, she's like, "You were so great," and then they get down at each other's level. They don't kiss because he doesn't have a mouth, so I don't even think you could film a kissing scene really. But it's kind of like they get kind of close to each other, and it's just like they're together.
It leaves you with enough.
It's
That
pretty
guy
much
in
like-
the audience that was there for the duck stuff, man, makes him thinking this is a happy ending.
Aye. No post credit scene.
You stick with this thing, man.
No,
We can
what's the
finish it,
credits?
no?
It's a Marvel movie. I hear those Marvel movies with post credit scenes. I was fucking robbed. I didn't watch it though, I just fast forwarded to that. But there was nothing.
Howard the Duck, man, your first time?
My first time, my only time, my last time. I will never watch this movie.
Never,
again.
ever
ever,
again.
ever again. Unless you're like holding me at duck point, I'm not putting myself through it. Not putting any of my family members through it. I will never watch this with the kids. If they ask to put it on one day, which they will never will, but if for some reason my daughter come up to me, those beautiful big eyes, and was like, "Dad, I love you so much, you're my favourite person. I want to watch Howard the Duck." I'm like, no. Right, no, you cannot. Not
No, until you're 18 or 25.
Nah, because there's a lot of confusing questions that I'm not prepared to answer. I'm just not doing it. I hated it. I hated every minute of it. I'm so angry. I was so angry at you for making me watch it. Remember I texted you? Saying
You wanted a Marvel movie?
I did, and I guess it's on me for wanting a Marvel movie.
You Wayne's like all your Iron Mans. This is the real stuff.
Oh man, you kids who are listening to this right now, you don't understand how lucky you are that you've got access to real good Marvel movies, because this is the sort of shit we had to put up when we were kids. I could not hate this movie anymore. I hated it. I despised it. It confused me. It tortured me. It hurt me. A big, fat, ducking 0 out of 5 coconuts.
Zero.
Zero.
You think there's nothing to this movie?
Nothing redeeming about this movie.
You are insane, sir.
If you're going to give this any less than 0, I'm going to fucking fire this table.
Howard the Duck. This was a repeater for me. I watched this all the time as a kid. I was huge in puppetry and such, and there's elements of it that I think are like a wonderfully strange anime, live action anime. I think that this is draped in nostalgia for me, and it reminds me of the kind of wild stuff my parents trusted me to watch and rewind and watch again. I think for all its faults, it reminds me mostly of the VHS days, and appreciate how crazy movies were back then. This was written, produced, directed, and sold. That is so crazy. Howard the Duck. The things in this movie you would never get now. I do think it picks up in that it takes too long to get to second act, but this is the kind of crazy I like. If it was another 30 years before I saw this again, that'd be totally fine as well, but I think Leigh Thompson does give a really killer performance. I'm going to give it like a 2 out of 5 coconuts.
What the fuck, 2?
There's nothing boring about this. You've never seen another movie like this.
That's true.
That's a good thing.
No, isn't it?
Of course
there's
it
a reason
is.
there's not a movie like this, because nobody ever wants to do this again, because it's so shite.
But it's wild. Marvel will never make anything like this ever again. I think that's
again, with
great.
good reason.
No.
I think it's great too that this isn't going to be made again.
You always need something to compare it to, and this is it. Leigh Thompson tries to fuck a duck in this movie.
Exactly. Say that out loud and say that you enjoy that.
I enjoy that it exists. That's wild. It's got all the promise and setup of something as weird as Super Mario Brothers, and it delivers.
But it doesn't deliver. It's notoriously one of the worst movies ever.
That doesn't mean anything. Everybody else's mindset. That doesn't mean anything at all. To me, it's not boring. It's so crazy. It's so strange, man. And to get a character like that in a version of a story like this, it's so weird. I'm into it.
It's definitely weird, but I'm not into it. Ouch. I don't know what else to say.
We're going to be picking it up for next week, Bloodsucker.
Oh yes, so now I'm interested.
Next week on Marvel Mania.
You better wake up. The world you live in is just a sugar-coated topping. There is another world beneath it. The real world.
For thousands of years, they have existed among us.
You keep your eyes open. They're everywhere. Chances are you've seen them yourself and didn't know it.
A secret nation.
Our livelihood depends on our ability to blend in.
With a lust for power.
We should be ruling the humans. These people are our food.
They've got their claws into everything. Politics, finance, real estate.
There's a war going on out there. He makes the weapons. I use them.
Now, one will lead them to conquer mankind.
Tonight, the age of man comes to an end.
We're gonna be gods.
And one will try to stop him dead.
There are worse things out tonight than vampires.
Like what?
Like me.
Half human.
Blade's mother was attacked by a vampire while she was pregnant.
Half immortal.
You got the best of both worlds. All our strengths, none of our weaknesses.
He is their greatest fear and our only hope.
It's open season on all vampires.
Wesley Snipes, Stephen Dorff.
You're one of them, aren't you?
No, I'm something else.